and eventually UAE has a big boost to the net run rate.
Brilliant batting from UAE batters.
Yes, to have chased that score quite easily and comprehensively. That being said, what do you think is a good score in this pitch today for this team? Nepal batting first.
I think 140 to 160, it's a good score in this wicket.
Fuller delivery, driven, not the timing there. Dot ball. Jyoti Pandey, the wicket-keeping batter, is right up at the top, opening the innings for Nepal. Is accompanied by Bindu Rawal. Good delivery by Maria this time. Guided to fine leg. A comfortable single. And she has opened her account. Kuwait actually has a very good bowling lineup, and I don't think it will be very easy for Nepal to put a score of 140 to 150 on the board. They will not make it very easy. There was no hesitation for Kuwait to decide and have a bowl first. So I think they want to restrict them in a score at about 100 to 120. So we're looking for a very good contest up ahead. Good news is that there is no cloud covering. It's a bright sunny day now. Big appeal, full delivery. Umpire not in support of the bowler. Still early days for Bindu Rawal, first delivery that she has faced.
I think for Nepal batters, I would say like the first 6 overs, they have to find around like 40 runs in first power play. And then after the power play, they can look for singles and doubles to get 140, 130 runs on the mark.
Yes, to do that, the key will be not to lose any early wicket. They will rely a lot on Bindu Rawal and Jyoti Pandey's opening partnership. Maria Jazvi started off with a wide down the leg side, but since then she has kept her line and length quite tight. Has not offered any width or freebies. Just the 2 runs so far. Last ball being bowled. And she has cleaned her up, is it? No, just missed. From the celebration, it seemed like a wicket has fallen. Excited. Excited is Maria Jazvi.
At one moment, I thought it bowled.
Yeah, the way they were celebrating.
It's a brilliant over from Mariam Ashraf. That's the end of the first over. 2 runs for no loss.
Mariama Haider is coming from the far end. So spin straight away. This is a tactic we have often seen by visiting teams who come here in Kinrara Oval, straight away bringing in the spinners. Shavin, do you think there's a particular reason for that?
I think it's a team strategy maybe. Because like a lot of other teams as well, like they go start out with one fast bowler and one spinner.
Finds the gap this time through the offside. Not much of a timing there. Will keep it before reaching the fence. Couple of runs taken. So Jyoti Pandey is off and running. It's always good to feel that boundary early on, but if the boundary is not easy to come by, sometimes singles and doubles, you have to rely on them. It's important not to consume a lot of dot deliveries. Mariama Haider attacking the wickets beautifully. Jyoti Pandey equal to the task, guiding away on the offside, but not finding the gap this time. Another dot ball. Flighted delivery this time, once again attacking the wickets. A lot of noise being made from the crowd outside. I believe in support of Kuwait. Cut away beautifully this time. Half stop. Will not go all the way to the boundary, but another couple of runs taken. Shavin, how would you rate the outfield today? We know there has been slight bit of rain in the last couple of days.
I think Kindara wicket is like, they have a beautiful drainage system, so it's nothing to do with the rain. After it dried, I think this wicket is, this outfield is very fast.
Yes, so you will get value for your shots. Every time you can clear the infield, a boundary will be expected. Even that shot on that last occasion, if there was not the half stop by the fielder at point, I think that is, we'll need to get an onside on that. Big appeal! Umpire denies immediately.
That was a close one. I think it's going down the leg. Brilliant bowling. You can see she's keeping on the right areas every single ball.
Yes, the fielder at point on that occasion was Soban Gomez. Very good effort there. Flighted delivery once again. Shot making has been a bit tentative. They haven't really been able to get the runs yet. But a wicket has not fallen, so still early days.
It's a good over from Mariama Haider. Just keeping in one line and length. She not doing much. Just bowling stump to thumb.
As a bowler, Sherwin, how do you plan the wicket of a batter who's just come into bat? Because this is a new ball. Imagine yourself in the shoes of the bowler, a medium fast bowler who's come running in. How do you plan to get the early breakthrough as an individual bowler?
Now for me, if the ball is swinging, I'll just bowl in the right areas because the wicket is helping me. So I'll just keep in the right areas, good areas. Let the batters take risky shots. I'll just keep it simple. If the wicket is not helping me or the ball is not swinging, so I have to do like a lot of variation balls.
Yes, so as Shavin has advised, the key to get an early wicket here should be to just pitch the ball in the good length and the good areas and build the pressure by giving away dot balls, and eventually the batters will make a mistake and we can pounce on that. Big appeal, this is close. Once again, umpire not in support of the bowler. I think it's a good decision. Maybe down the leg side, it was pitching outside leg.
Yep, I guess she coming around the wicket for the left-hander batsman. Maybe pitching outside of stump. Sorry, pitching leg.
Bindu Rawal is yet to get off the mark, the left-hand batter. Maria Jazvi is back to bowl her second over. She's making good use of the new ball. Nicely played, but not finding the gap. The supporters for Kuwait making a lot of noise. We can hear it in the comm box. Very good to see that. Always good to see associate countries bringing in the support, cheering their players. We know recently Malaysia just got their victory against Singapore. What a brilliant innings from Marcelisa as well as from the skipper Winifred. Captain's knock really thickish edge and a little bit of a miss up there. Ball is travelling and goes all the way to the first boundary for Nepal.
Maria Jasvi, that was a good ball.
Yes, definitely very good delivery. Just away from the fielder, short third man was in play. Just couldn't stop it. Just could not get a hand to it. Doesn't matter how they come, Nepal will be very happy.
Bindu Rawal off the mark.
Yes, looked like she was struggling a bit, but that boundary will really help boost her confidence a bit. The two outfielders are at deep square leg and deep mid wicket. Attacking the leg stump line consistently, you think that is a good ploy? Because she's coming round the wicket like you mentioned, and she's targeting the middle and leg stump every now and then. This was signaled a wide, but looked tantalizingly close to the leg stump.
You can see the field placement for Maria Jaswi. You can see like deep mid wicket and deep square leg. So maybe they are planned to bowl middle and leg to let the batsman to play on the leg side.
And that is the shot that she plays. It has bisected the two fielders. Big chase, good effort. Oh no, very good effort by the fielder at deep square leg, but a mid-wicket fielder makes a mess of it. Goes all the way to the boundary. They will be a bit disappointed. Not the teamwork that was required.
That was a brilliant effort from the Kuwait fielder.
Yes, I think that was Khadija Khalil who stopped it nicely, but mid-wicket not really supporting her. Maria Jazvi, I think there has to be a change in the tactic. If you are pitching it on the leg stump, this has been easy picking. A good looking shot this time down the ground. No runs.
It's been an expensive over in this over for Maria Jaswi.
Once again, pitched it outside the leg stump. Easy picking. Another single for Bindu Rawal. Hasn't been a very tidy over from Maria this time around. Finishes her second over. 12 runs conceded. Nepal at the end of 3 overs, 16 without a loss of any wicket. I think Nepal will be happy with the start they have got. Initially a bit slower, but now they have managed to get the runs. The boundaries have come their way. The most important thing is they have not lost any wicket.
The last over, they got 11 runs from that over.
This is what can happen really. One good over can actually bring the batting team back in the game. So it is very important for the bowling side to maintain the consistency.
Nepal 16 for no loss for 3 overs.
Attacking the wickets, good start. Mariamma Haider, left arm round the wicket to the left hand batter. Happy to play it straight to the bowler's hands.
I think Kuwait bowlers, they have a plan for Bindu Rawal. If you can see, like both the overs, they set up 2 fielders on the leg side. One is mid wicket and one is deep square leg. So the bowler is trying to bowl to Bindu Rawal to the leg stump area. So middle and leg.
Yes, and anything on the offside, they have protection. 5 fielders are patrolling the offside. All inside the circle. Flighted delivery this time. Quick single taken. Very good running. Now the right-hander Jyoti Pandey will be on strike. Mariamma will be happier to bowl to the right-hander, trying to take the ball away. Wanted to put that one away. Fuller delivery, played with soft hands. No runs once again. Good over so far from Mariam Haider. And in the end, 2 overs, just the 5 runs. Has been very economical. It was Maria Jasvi's previous over which went for 11 runs, which has actually given Nepal the cushion of playing this dot balls. Other than that, it has been very good bowling from Kuwait. They have not allowed any scoring opportunities. Even singles. I don't think there has been many singles.
Not much. As you can see, like they're just waiting for the loser deliveries, and there's no much single on the 30 yards even.
Yes, that's how it should be.
I think at this point of time, like they have to look like a lot of singles in this power play. They got like 2 fours in the last 2 hours ago, so they have to like keep on rotating, like looking for singles and doubles. So to keep their 6 overs to get like 40 runs without a loss, without no wicket. That's a change of bowler for Kuwait.
I think the bowler is Mariam Omar. A lot of the players have similar kind of names, I must say. Maria Jazvi, Mariam Maheda, as well as Mariam Omar, as well as Mariam Ashraf. So, very similar names, but of course different in character, but all trying to contribute whenever they're presented with the opportunity. Amna Sharif has led the team well. A very polite personality off the pitch, very humble. Always has a smile on her face whenever you talk to her. Big shot down the ground, but no timing. So the intent was there. Bindu Rawal is trying to get the scorers going, but it has not been very easy for her. Yes, after Mariam Haider, who was the left-arm spinner, Mariam Omar is a right-arm off-spin bowler. So yes, definitely Kuwait has many different types of bowlers in the arsenal, and the captain Amna Sharif is doing well to make this abrupt changes to not allow the bowlers, the batting team to settle in. That was a good delivery. Missed out though, that was there to be cut.
Slightly shorter delivery outside of stump.
There's a floating gully out there. Played down the ground. This is an opportunity and a miss. Keeper is looking at the bowler. Bowler is looking at the keeper. Complete misjudgment. I think it was the keeper's catch, if you ask me.
Yeah, it definitely is a keeper catch. I think it's a miscommunication. Bowlers call mine and keepers call mine.
Yeah.
They're confused.
Can happen sometimes. But in the end, nobody got a hand to it. So you can't really say who dropped it. Flatted delivery this time, smashed it, but straight to the fielder. No harm done. Bindu Rawal, the left-hander, has to depart, and Mariam Omar strikes. This had to happen. It was looking like they wanted to get going, and eventually the left-hander Bindu Rawal has fallen after scoring 11 runs of 16 deliveries.
Brilliant bowling from Mariam Omar. You can see like last 3 deliveries, she was just looping the ball, let the batsman come and hit the ball. And then like 3 chances. Yes. One was the overhit the bowler, and one was the keeper and the bowler was confused. And then the third one gone.
But eventually I think the bowler will be very happy because it's not done any more damage. The wicket has fallen and Kuwait will be very happy. They're in the game now. The partnership was looking dangerous. Both batters were looking like they're set and they could go after the bowling, but now they have to rebuild. So this is a very important phase for Kuwait, and so it is for Nepal.
A new upcoming batsman for Nepal, Sitarana. Brilliant over from Mariam Omar, just giving away 2 runs with 1 wicket.
Flight delivery cut away beautifully, is going all around the carpet, big chase, and does brilliant, the fielder. Good work there. I think that could have been a boundary, but did very well to stop it from going. Mariam Omar finishes her over, picked up a wicket and just gave away 4 runs.
That's the end of the over. 21 for 1.
The new batter to join Jyoti Pandey is Sitarama Magar. She has the experience of 26 T20 internationals and has scored 489 runs. Has a handy average of 23. So she's a very capable all-rounder. But this time she has to do some work with the bat. 1 down is a very important position for batting. So she must have a lot of responsibility in guiding Nepal to a formidable score. My brother here, Sharvin, mentioned a while back that a score of around 130 to 140 should be put on to make things difficult for Kuwait. So if they want to stand any chance in doing that, they must build a solid partnership from here on. This is the last over of the power play. And the left arm spinner Mariam Haidar is continuing. No timing once again. Just try to pull that away to the leg side. Single has been taken.
That's off the mark for Sitarana. I would say like Sitarana for Nepal is the greatest batsman. She recently played a fabric tournament in Dubai.
You have played a few matches in Nepal. How do you think the weather differs from Nepal to here in Kindara?
I would say like it's similar, but Nepal a bit cold.
So there is no need of much of an adjustment. It's similar.
Yep.
So has to put on a good show. This is played nicely, but there is protection in the deep. Just a single taken.
Sitarana Magar played 26 matches for Nepal and she has 489 runs with average of 23 of 0.22. That's a good shot down, getting down the wicket. This is what I was talking about, like getting singles, keep the non-striker busy and getting runs, every over, every ball. It's the I would say like power play is important for any batting team. They have to utilize the power play.
Yes, definitely. You have rightly said so. If you can manage to take in a few singles, then there is no pressure on the scoreboard. And also the bowler has to settle down every time the new batter is trying to face her. So that is very important. You have to play the smart cricket. It's not always about the power game. In spite of this being a T20 game. Good work by the keeper there. Very well collected. Akriti Bose is the keeper. Yep. Very good keeper.
That's the end of the power play. 24-1. And Jodi Pandey on 9 runs with 16 balls, and Sitanagar 2 for 3. Mariam Omar on the second over. I think this is the time they got 5 fielders outside. They can look for like a lot of singles and doubles and running hard in the wicket. That was a good shot from Sitanagar. Low full toss ball, just hit straight to the fielder.
The fielder down the ground is Priyada Murali. Very strong arm, sent it like a flash. Very strong bowling hand. Short pitch delivery. Oh, misfield there at mid wicket. Another single has been taken.
Slightly shorter delivery from Mario Omar.
Very good delivery this time around.
Good shot from Jodi Pandey.
Yes, and it goes all the way to the boundary. Pressure release shot from Jyoti Pandey. Mariam Omar slightly deviating in line and length this time, and she's been taken on.
Now we can see Abrar, they are looking for singles every ball, and then they got a lose a delivery, and then they punish for the 4. That's what I would say, like, no, they have to look for rotating strike every over.
Yes, rightly said. This is, look, at the end of the previous over, after the power play, they only looked to score 24 runs, but 7 overs, 31 runs look still better. Because of the boundary, the runs have started to flow, and because they got a few singles, Jyoti Pandey, 14 of 21, she can always capitalize and come back by scoring some boundaries, but the loss of wicket will be crucial. So they need to form a good partnership. They cannot allow the Kuwait bowlers to come in and chip in with some more wickets. So singles are the key. At times a bad ball will present itself. Mariamma Haidar will bowl out. This is her final over. The left arm spinner has done quite well, has been economical, not among the wicket yet. Jyoti Pandey has looked solid. He's batted for 21 deliveries until now. Good running. Another single has been taken.
Mariam Haider, she was bowling brilliant throughout her spell. You can see, like, she just keeping on the right area. She's not changing any line and length, bowling in the same spot. Again, another beautiful delivery, and that was a quick single from Jyoti Pandey.
Yes, they're not being able to get the boundary balls, even if a bad ball has presented itself. She was trying to pull that away on the leg side, but not the timing there. This is the second time around we have seen a forced shot. There are a few vacant areas. You can just try to access that. Full toss. And that's a stunning catch. Very good catch in the deep. Excellent work in the boundary line.
What a catch. That was a brilliant catch.
Right after bowling, I think it's Mariam Omar who's the fielder in the deep. Brilliant catch there. That is sensational. Jyoti Pandey looked very good for her 15 of 22, but now has to depart.
Mariam Haider, her last over, and it was a full toss ball, and Sitanagar missed the ball. Not a good timing from her, and that was a brilliant catch from the fielder.
Yes, that catch, it's all about that catch. Catches win matches, and it was played on to the leg side, a full toss. So I thought for a moment that was going to go all the way to the boundary, but the fielder ran in, covered the ground, placed herself beautifully under the ball, kept her eyes on, and eventually gasped it beautifully. Very good effort from Mariam Omar. So deservingly, Mariam Haider has a wicket. She bowled very good, very economical spell. A 3.3 over so far. She conceded just the 10 runs, and now she picked up a wicket. Amna Sharif needs to be smart here, needs to bring in some attacking fielders. Try to get in another wicket and really put the brake on the scoring rate. Another dot ball.
Brilliant bowling from Mariama Haider. Just very good disciplined bowling from her. You can see just keeping in the right areas. And chance of catch, yes, gone!
Another soft dismissal this time. Bowler celebrating, running away to her fielder. And Kuwait is back in the game and in very good fashion. Just walked out to bat and has to go back. Very beautifully bowled. Just soft dismissal.
That was a good catch from the short cover fielder. That's the end of Jyoti Pandey scoring 15 runs in just 24 balls.
Yes, the wicketkeeper is going out to the pavilion, and now replacing her is the new batter. Kajal Shrestha has walked out to the middle.
One more delivery from Mariama Haider.
The important thing is two new batters are out in the middle. Indu Burma, who hasn't faced a ball. And now Kajal Shrestha, who has just walked out to the middle after Jyoti Pandey. So Kuwait back in the game, 33 with a loss of 3 wickets. Attacking should be the way henceforth. Good looking shot. Not finding the gap. Another dot ball. Mariam Haider finishes her spell of 4 overs. Just considered 10 runs. Picked up 2 crucial wickets. 8 overs completed. Nepal 33 with the loss of 3 wickets. Back in the game, you'd say, is Kuwait.
I would say they start off the Kuwait bowlers really have a good bowling partnership. As you can see, Mariama Haider just bowling the straight forwards, not considering boundary or not considering loose balls, no wide deliveries, just keeping on the right areas.
Oh, very good running on the misfield. They need to maintain the discipline on the field. They have been very attacking, Kuwait. They don't want to let the pressure go away. So Kajal Shrestha will be off the mark with that one. And Indu Bama will face her first delivery. Long on is very, very straight. There's a deep mid wicket and a deep square leg, as well as a sweeper cover. There's a floating gully in play and a short cover. Here's the next ball. Missed out on that one. Width was provided. Wanted to guide that away. Missed it completely.
You can see the differences between Mariam Omar and Mariama Haider. You can see like Mariama Haider was bowling a bit sharper, not giving the flight to the batsman, and Mariam Omar just flighting the ball, let the batsman hit.
Yes, because Mariamma Haida is the left-arm spinner, right? And she just darts a few arm balls sometimes, whereas the off-spinner bowling to the two right-handers is giving the ball a bit of flight. She has protection in the deep. That is well played. Southern should be a couple of runs. Decides against it. So this is smart bowling from Mariam Umar, who's just taken a brilliant catch in the deep. And now is bowling quite beautifully.
I would say this bowling partnership. They plan, at that end they're bowling quicker deliveries and not giving flighter deliveries, and Maria Omar giving flighter deliveries. As a batsman, okay, you have to manage.
Yes, cannot really easily adjust to this kind of change in bowling. Happy to defend that one. One more delivery remaining in this over.
Good over from Mariam Omar. That's end of the over. 35 for 3. 8 overs gone. Sorry, 9 overs completed. Change of the bowler for Kuwait. Amna Sharif Tariq.
The skipper has brought herself into the attack now. Amna Sharif Tariq, 33 years old, has the experience of 22 T20 international matches, has picked up 11 wickets, so has a good backing up. She's a leg spin bowler. Down the leg side, easy single taken, just needs to relax a bit and come and bowl the right line and length, because her other bowlers have really kept things very tight. Mariam Omar and Mariamma Haida have been very attacking with their deliveries, has not allowed Nepal to settle in. Much better from Amna Sharif.
I think for Nepal, they need a partnership.
Oh, that was played down the ground. For a moment, I thought there was a catching opportunity. Nepal actually had a good start. They were 24 with the loss of just one wicket at the end of 6 overs. And since then, they have only managed to score 13 runs and lost 2 wickets. So, credit to Kuwait for bringing themselves back in. Thickish outside edge. Big chase for shot third man. And valiant effort. Extremely well done by the fielder Maria Jazvi, the fast bowler. Keeps it down to just 2 runs. Amna Sharif has not really been at her very best with consistency so far. Still has time, early days, early into her bowling spell. Yes, much better delivery this one. Fuller. You can't really allow free runs to flow. You need to make it difficult for Nepal. Kajal Shrestha has scored 3 runs of the 6 deliveries she has faced. Indu Barma 2 of 5. Amna Tariq has decided to come round the wicket for her final delivery. Interesting ploy. A dot ball. Just 3 runs of this over. 10 overs completed. 39 runs with the loss of 3 wickets.
It's a brilliant over from Amna Sharif Tariq from the skipper, just giving away 3 runs. And it's a drinks break. So far, 10 overs gone, 39 for 3. It's crucial for Nepal team the next 10 overs. At least they have to manage to score at least 80 runs in the last 10 overs. They need big partnership from these two batters for Nepal. Beautiful driven. from Hindu Burma, straight to the mid-off, taking a quick single.
Mariamma Omar is bowling her final over here. So already Mariamma Haider has finished a spell. Now it's Mariam Omar. Once again, a full toss, missed out on that one again. The runs have really dried up. They have not managed to rotate the strike. Neither have they managed to score boundaries. So they are under a spot of bother. A little bit of excitement there. Played a cross-batted shot is Kajal Shrestha. Current run rate is 3.81. They would want to improve on that one. With this run rate, they would only manage around 70 runs. I think Mariam Omar is intentionally giving the flight ball because she knows that the batters are under a lot of pressure.
Yep.
So just so that they play a forced shot, she's just trying to give the ball flight. Very interesting bowling tactics. Yes, much better from Kajal Shrestha. If they can do this for at least 3 to 4 balls in each over, then at least the strike rotation will be there and occasionally that the boundary will come and they can relieve from the pressure. Like you said a long time ago, Sharvin, they have not been able to really do it.
That's a beautiful over from Mariamma Omar, just giving away 15 runs in 4 overs with a wicket. And 11 overs gone, 41 for 3.
Amna Sharif has not really turned the ball a lot. She's happy to just flight them and pitch them full. I think a big shot is on the way because for a long time they have kept themselves very quiet. Kajal Shrestha. Another dot ball. Away on the offside, missed that one completely. Tantalizingly close to the bat, but another dot ball. Hindu Burma has scored 3 runs of her 7 deliveries that she has faced now. Stumping opportunity was there, I think. That's why the hand is around the waist. You cannot really let yourself down in this kind of situation. A wicket here will really create the opening that Kuwait is looking for. They had won the toss and wanted to bowl first, and they have done a fantastic job with the ball so far.
I think the last delivery is off the bat. I think the keeper missed the catch.
Oh, once again, get both of us oozing here in the com box. It was so close. Hindu Burma is leaving very, very dangerously.
I think it's the pressure's on for the Nepal batters. So lot of dot balls been bowled. So they're looking for runs. They need a shot. They need a 4. They need a boundary. They need a quick single, doubles.
Actually, we have 2 young batters in the middle. Both Hindu Burma and Kajal Shrestha are below 24 years old. So They cannot really get the impatience the better of them. They have to play smartly. Like on this occasion, it was guided nicely to deep square leg region and an easy single is taken. This is much better cricket. Indu Barma has the experience of 26 T20 international matches. She scored 331 runs.
There was a good over from Amna Sharif from the skipper. Just 2 overs, giving away 5 runs.
Yes, she has been economical and almost picked up a wicket there. A very tough opportunity.
I think there is a 2 chance. One is catch and one is stumped in.
Kajal Shrestha, the wicketkeeper, has played 21 matches before and she has accumulated 184 runs. So still early days for the two of them in the middle, and this is a very big opportunity for them, for both Indu Barma and Kajal Shrestha. They would want to be among the runs. Finally, I think we can see a sign of a seamer into the attack. For a very long time, spinners were operating.
There's a new bowler for Kuwait, Khadija Khalil. Another seam bowler.
Yes, Khadija Khalil is coming on with a slightly older ball. The two batters in the middle have played a lot of deliveries. There's a deep extra cover, long on, deep mid wicket and a deep square leg in play. Driven on the rise, finds the gap. Easy couple of runs taken. Good start to the over for Nepal.
Good shot from Indu Barma, just driving to the deep square, deep extra cover, and they're running really hard. They know they need to run hard. They have to get singles and doubles.
Little bit down the leg side, umpire signals wide. It's a very interesting bowling action from Khadija Khalil. Not a very long run up, relatively simple. But the hands really go around. Soft hands guiding it to the gully in play. Single taken. This is good cricket. They finally started to rotate the strikes in a much better way. The current run rate is 3.78. With this run rate, they can only manage about 75 runs. Big appeal, this is close. And is given. This looked very close. Finally a breakthrough. The change has worked for Amna Sharif and her teammates. Khadija Khalil has got the important breakthrough. Indu Barma has to walk back to the pavilions. She scored 7 runs of 14 deliveries. Big moment in the game now.
That's a good plan from the skipper, just bringing in another seamer onto the attack, and then they got a wicket.
Yes, I think the batters were adjusted to facing spin, and a good change by Amna Sharif to bring in the fast bowler, Khadija Khalil.
And that's the skipper onto the crease, Rubina Chatri.
We are into the middle order now of this Nepal batting lineup. Rubina Chetri is on strike. She will be facing Khadija. Another very good delivery attacking the wicket, but very good cricket from Rubina. Off the mark straight away.
I would say a lot of dot balls played by the batsman, and it create pressure for the batsman. If you can see, if you look for singles and you'll be comfortable on the wicket, you know how to manage to play and how to take singles and everything.
This is nicely played, but straight to the fielder. Good intent with the short cover fielder. I think that's once again Mariam Umar. Mariam Umar has been everywhere in the field. This time it is punched through the offside. Not afraid to play aerial. Gets the boundary. Brilliant shot by Indu Verma. A very crucial boundary for Nepal. 13 overs completed, 52 runs with the loss of 4 wickets. Just the 7 overs remaining in this innings. From here on, Shavin, what do you think would be a good score that Nepal will be happy with?
I think getting 100 runs would be a good score. And Nepal, they have good bowlers as well.
Yes, 100 I think will bring in a little bit of a contest. But Kuwait will have other ideas. They'll want to exert as much pressure as possible. Amna Sharif is back to bowl her third over. She was very close to getting a couple of wickets earlier on, but so far is not among the wickets yet.
As you can see, for the Kuwait fielders, they are going for attacking field placement. You can see all the fielders are up, all like short cover, short point, and short mid wicket.
That was quicker through the air. Again, a dot ball to start our proceedings for Amna Sharif. Down the leg side, easy picking this one, but no timing once again. Couple of runs taken. Need to be more consistent. Amna Sharif. I think since Rubina has walked out to the middle, she has rotated the strike quite well. She's got in a couple of runs. Very good shot this time. What a very good shot through the leg side. Gets another boundary. Rubina Chetri is taking on this Kuwait bowling now.
That was a beautiful shot from the skipper. I think Rubina Chetri has a plan. She knows what to do. They got another 7 overs to go. At least they have to score above 100.
Played with soft hand. A little bit of a mishap. No harm done.
Good comeback from Amna Sharif.
Much better delivery from Amna this time. Dot ball. Rubina Chetri is batting at 7 runs from 6 deliveries. Indu Barma 11 of 15. So a partnership is building. Finds the gap this time through the covers. Not a lot of power there, but will still go all the way to the boundary. That is the nature of the outfield in Kinrara. If you travel, if you just give the ball a little to travel, it will go. You will never be disappointed if you find the gap. Very good batting from Rubina Chetri.
Nepal on 62 for 4 in 14 overs. Abra, what do you think they got last 6 overs? What do you think what's runs will be on the target?
I think if this partnership gets going, they would be happy to get anything from 90 to 100 runs. All depends on this very partnership. A very good run once again. Very good understanding these two batters have. And we are seeing signs of it. Like we were saying, 14 overs completed. They're 62 with the loss of 4. So I think in the next 6 overs, they should get around 30 runs at least. So that is around 95 to 100 runs. They'll be happy with that, I think. That will give the bowling lineup something to play at. Anything above 100 will be a very good score. Cross batted shot once again finds the gap. Much more intent being displayed. Whenever they're playing the shot to the fielder, they're off and running. That is very good to see. Rubina Chetri has brought in her A game here. Batting at 13 from 8 and Indu Barma 13 of 17. After the spell of Mariamma Haidar and Mariam Omar, things have looked much better for Nepal. Better delivery by Khadija.
As you can see, last 2-3 overs, they're putting pressure on the fielders. They're just tapping to the fielder and then they're running hard. So it's pressure for the fielders.
Definitely. Has it got a bit of cloudy? Lovely shot once again, but there's protection in the deep. Only a single. The intent has been very clear now since Rubina Chetri has walked out to the middle. Indu Barma has done well to support her. She's now on strike. This is the impact of good running between the wickets. Like Sharvin always mentions, the moment they started running, they've gotten a few boundaries and now the score looks much better. 15 overs have been completed, 66 runs with the loss of 4 wickets. We're in for a good finish here. This will be Amna Sharif's last over. She has not picked up any wicket. Just when I say that, full and straight, umpire nods his head, not interested. Mentions that it is pitched outside the leg stump perhaps. Very good delivery from Amna Sharif. Up in the air. I don't think the keeper had judged it too well. Another single. Away from the bat this time. Play and a miss. Amna Sharif getting in a few crucial dot deliveries going now. Rubina Chetri, 14 of 12. Making a little bit of an adjustment to the field. Deep cover, backward square leg, and a deep mid wicket in play. Just away from the bat once again. Another dot ball. Getting the mid wicket a bit more squarish.
Again, Kuwait bowlers trying to bowl dot balls. They try to put pressure on the batsman again.
Advancing down the wicket. Excellent running. Excellent running from the two batters in the middle. Indu Verma has done a very good job with her running between the wickets, and so has Rubina Chetri. Amna Sharif Tariq has one more delivery remaining. She has been wicketless so far, conceded 17 runs in her spell so far. Nicely played down the leg side. Travelled very quickly, so will be just the single.
That's end of the over. 69 for 4. Complete of 16 overs. Last 4 overs to go. As you said, Abrar, I think they can get 95 to 100 runs. They still got 4 overs to go.
Yes, in 4 overs, they just need around 21-30 runs. Khadija is back into the attack. Khadija Khalil picked up a wicket. Fuller delivery, nice shot all along the carpet. Glorious looking drive for a boundary. Beautifully played.
Beautiful shot from Rubina Chetri.
Yes, since Rubina has walked out to the middle, she has changed the entire complexion of the game. Vital runs being scored by Rubina. This is the difference between bundling it out for a mere score of 60-70 to taking your team to a respectable total. This is the kind of innings you need.
Rubina Chetri moved to 19 runs in 14 deliveries. And Indu Burma 14 runs from 21 deliveries.
This time played on the leg side, should be another boundary. Oh, just the ball drops and settles into the ground. Maybe because of the wet nature of the rain, I think. It has affected the ground a little bit. But a very good intentive shot by Rubina Chetri once again, resulting in a couple of runs. Kinrara Oval always values good game of cricket. If you bowl in the right areas, you'll purchase wickets. But airy in your line and length, and the batters can take full advantage. Once again, shot through the offside. Just a single. Khadija Khalil is being targeted in this over. Very good intent from Nepal. We can take nothing away from Indu Barma. She scored 14 of 21 now. She's on strike. That is a wild no ball. Umpire will signal a free hit. Perhaps just lost the grip of the ball. Can Indu Barma capitalize?
As I said, Arar, partnership matters. If you have one partnership, easily you can get 60 runs of them.
Just lucky to put in a hand to that one. Keeps it down to a single. Very good shot from Indu Barma. Two more deliveries remaining in this over. Yes, Sharvin, the moment this partnership started, they were under a tremendous amount of pressure. But since the two came out to the middle, they both had yet to face one ball. And since then, they managed to put on a formidable partnership. They've managed to put on 40 runs together. Once again, played down the ground. Just a single. Things looking much better for Nepal here. Dispatch to the leg side. There's a field in the deep. Wanted a couple of runs, not there. End of the over for Khadija Khalil. 3 overs, 24 runs and picked up 1 wicket. A little bit expensive in the context of the game. Nevertheless, we are in the final 3 overs phase of this innings. Nepal has nicely crawled on to 80 runs in 17 overs with the loss of 4 wickets. From here on, they should be crossing the 100 mark.
3 overs go. I think it's possible to get 100 runs with betting on Rubini Chetri and Indu Barma. They're doing really well. Maria Jasvi.
Yes, the spell from Amna Sharif and Khadija Khalil not really working. So Maria Jasvi is called back into bowling. Maria Jasvi opened the bowling today. And since then she was kept away from the proceedings. Now she's back at the death end of this innings. Beautiful shot down the ground. Good for an easy single. Wanted to pull that one away through the leg side. Misfield, but no harm done, just a single. Played nicely to the offside, a little bit of a misfield. Another single has been taken. The team morale of Kuwait looks a bit down now. They are having a little bit of misfield here and there. This is what good partnership can do. Credit where it's due. Nepal has come back strongly in this game. And the most credit should go to this partnership, Indu Barma and Rubina Chetri. No ball signal by the umpire. Very close, I think, but I think it went over the stumps. Another free hit for Nepal. It's very good to see that the skipper Amna Sharif having a word with the batter. Just perhaps checking Rubina Chetri. Very good spirit of the game being displayed by the skipper of Kuwait. As I spoke before, she's a gentleman on and off the pitch. Played down the ground this time. It is a free hit. Extremely good running between the wickets. Another couple of runs.
So far, it's been a brilliant partnership from Indu Barma and Rubini Chetri.
Looking to make some room. Just a single, but good, very good intent. She walked across on her stump. Almost she was standing in, I think, 4th stump area and took that away from the offside. Very good batting. Innovation being shown by the two batters now in the middle.
It will be like a lot of improvised shot after this because we got only 3 overs to go.
No timing, but good enough for another single. 18 overs completed. Nepal 88 runs with the loss of 4 wickets. 2 overs remaining and 100 should be made quite easily from this point onwards. After the initial starter in the middle, they have come back strongly in the game. But the work is not done yet. Rubina Chetri and Indu Barma will want to finish the game on a high. They have built the platform. And now from here, they just need to set off. Interesting tactic. Khadija Khalil is back into the attack, bowling the penultimate over. The previous time she came around, the batsmen were looking very comfortable against her. Let's see how Indu Barma plays her. That is a very good looking shot. Big chase for long on. Finds the gap. Another boundary, this time off the bat of Indu Barma. A boundary first ball. Always on the front foot now.
Now the pressure turns into Kuwait bowlers. As you can see, there's only one partnership and the bowlers are bowling in the fuller deliveries and shorter deliveries and a lot of full toss deliveries.
At one stage, things were looking very difficult for them. Nicely played once again. Another single off a misfield. They've been a bit untied in the second half of this innings. Kuwait has misfielded on multiple occasions. Some deliveries which are supposed to be dot balls were going for a single or a couple of runs. At one stage, Nepal looked like they will be bundled out for below 80 runs. And now they're looking like they will go well past 100 runs. Khadija Khalil has been a bit expensive in the context of the game. She has conceded 29 runs in her 3.2 overs. Picked up the 1 wicket. The ball kept very low. She advanced down the wicket, but failed to make any sort of contact.
That was a brilliant bowling from Khadija. I think it was a slower delivery.
Yes, a vital dot ball in this stage of the game. Smashed through the offside this time. Big chase once again and fails to stop it. A repetition of what we have seen earlier. But doesn't matter. Rubina Chetri gets herself another boundary. She's moved on to 31 runs in just 23 deliveries. The value of this innings to this game cannot just be described. The moment she walked out to the middle, in this Malaysian wicket of Kinrara, Nepal looked to be in very sort of tough situation. And now Rubina has not just dug herself out of the difficult situation, but now is capitalizing on the platform that she has set for herself. Another innovation out there, walking across the crease. Just a one run. I think you can understand why she's trying to do that. Long on is very straight, and the only other fielder in the deep is the deep mid wicket, who's very squarish. So big gaps in the leg side.
As I said, improvised shot. Last few overs, they need to get boundaries.
I think if she left that, could have been a wide. But at this stage, you're looking to go after everything. Just a single to finish off the spell of Khadija Khalil. 4 overs went for 35 runs. So eventually she finished her spell in a very expensive tone. Amna Sharif will not be too happy with how things went after they were well in control of the game.
Last over to go. Nepal 99 for 4. Rubini Chetri on 32 and Indu Burma 25. As you can see, when Rubini Chetri came into bat, the way Indu Burma got the confidence to score runs.
So the last over coming up, Maria coming to bowl, Maria Jazvi. Single of the first ball. I think the right player is now on strike, Rubina Chetri.
That's 100 up for Nepal.
Rubina Chetri is the skipper of Nepal. She's led from the front here. And smashed. That is the vacant region. A big chase will be on for long on. Stops that before going the fence, but couple of runs taken. And the 100 mark has been breached. Nepal will be very happy with that one. At one stage, things were looking very difficult. Even 80-90 runs were not looking like they will be able to make. 4 more deliveries remaining in this over. They can well go beyond 110. Very good delivery. This time the innovation is not working. A little bit of premeditation there, but you can often do that. It's the last over of the game, of this innings rather. I think Maria Jazvi was given some sort of instruction from what we have seen. Let's see how she executes it.
Again, beautiful delivery from Maria Jazvi.
Excellent running, that one. There was never a run there. Good call and good understanding between Indu Burma and Rubina Chetri.
I think the first 2 balls was bowled onto the stump line, and the next 2 balls, as you can see, she was bowling outside off stump, like wider delivery. It's really hard to hit.
Yeah, especially because there is no pace on offer. Very slow through the air. Almost like a spinner. Maria Jazvi has done a good job so far. 2 more deliveries remaining. Just missed the stump. Couple of runs maybe. Yes, double taken on that one. Very good running. Excellent running between the wickets. Last ball of this over and this innings coming up from Maria Jasvi. Indu Burma will be on strike to face the last ball. Can they finish with a flurry? Indu not ready. Taking a bit of time. She can afford to do that. I think she's better off playing the ball on the offside, in the offside region. There is a lot of gaps there, but let's see how she goes about it. Slow ball once again. Couple of runs. Excellent running, excellent running. Manages it comfortably in the end. 107 runs with the loss of 4 wickets for Nepal. This has been a very good comeback by Nepal, especially they have been reliant on Indu Burma for a scintillating partnership with the skipper Rubina Chetri, who managed to score 34 runs of just 27 deliveries, and Indu Burma 28 runs in 33 deliveries. After the end of the power play, they managed to score 24 runs with the loss of 1 wicket. But in the middle period, they lost the 3 quick wickets and were put under a lot of pressure by the bowlers of Kuwait. Kuwait had been very good with the ball earlier on in the first half, especially Maria Jasvi, Mariam Maheda, as well as Mariam Omar. They were very good with the ball. Amna Sharif did not pick up a wicket, and so has been the story of the day today. Khadija Khalil was a bit expensive. She was taken to the cleaners today. She was the bowler who was targeted rather. And eventually Nepal managed to put on a good fighting total of 107 runs. So we'll be coming back shortly with the second half of this game. So stay tuned.
Welcome back to the second innings of Nepal versus Kuwait. If you're just joining us, the news from the middle is Nepal batted first. They scored 107. Kuwait have to chase 108 to pull off victory here on the second day of the ACC Women's T20 Championship. It's a big 1.5 hours of cricket coming up for Nepal especially. Nepal coming into this tournament as one of the pre-tournament favorites. Rather coming into this group as one of the favorites to qualify for the semi-finals. A reminder of what is at stake, I beg your pardon. The top 2 teams from this tournament will qualify for the Asia Cup, where they will join the likes of Bangladesh, Pakistan, Sri Lanka, India, and Thailand in the 7-team Asia Cup. So a lot to play for here. Kuwait have a real chance to get one over Nepal. And as expected, it's Kabita Kunwar to open things up. We'll get confirmation as soon as we can on who the openers are for Kuwait. But yes, like we said, a golden opportunity here for Kuwait to pull off what you would have to say is a bit of a mini upset against Nepal. Kuwait, of course, have the advantage of a lot of international game time heading into this tournament. They had the GCC Cup as well a few months ago. All the Gulf nations competing in that tournament. And last year, the Asia qualifier as well. Got some great experience. Finished off on the last day against Hong Kong, registering more than 100. Here we go, Kabita Kunwar, first ball of the chase. Right on the money, nothing fancy, just angle in, shape away. And of course, yesterday, Nepal registering a 50-run victory against Bhutan. They bowled Bhutan out for 44. It was a really disciplined effort from Nepal's bowlers. They barely put a foot wrong. And I have to say, Nepal's effort yesterday with the ball was up there with UAE's performance this morning against Singapore. That's Fuller. She's looking for that swing, and that's why we have one slip in place. Kabita Kunwar, she knows that Nepal need a strong start. They need early wickets if they are to emerge victorious in this all-important encounter. Here she comes again, Kabita Kunwar. Fuller, that's in the air, just clears the infield. A single, so Kuwait, they're off the mark. First runs on the board for them. Mariam Omar, she gets off the mark. Mariam Omar, of course, she has a very strong arm from the deep. We saw that on a couple of occasions in the first innings. And the great thing with Mariam Omar is she has experience playing in full member environments. She plays club cricket down in Melbourne. She's played with and against the likes of Meg Lanning, Annabelle Sutherland, Elise Villani. So, I mean, these are big names. And make no mistake, that exposure to a full member environment, it makes a huge difference. Fuller, once again, a play and a miss. It's all happening here at the Kinrara Oval. The sun just starting to abate a little bit, but don't worry. We don't have any rain on the horizon, at least as far as I can see. So we should get a full 20 overs in today. I'm sure there are a lot of people watching right now in Nepal, or even amongst the Nepali diaspora. I'm sure we have a lot of Kuwaitis tuning in as well. 2 deliveries left in the first over. Fuller, yet again. They're looking for a quick single. It's not there. The striker, Priyada Murli, is sent back just in time. But we said it before, we'll say it again. The next 80 minutes or so are so crucial for Nepal's tournament especially. Kuwait, they just keep improving this team. And like we said, that game time, that international game time, priceless. Fuller. Oh, good piece of fielding in the covers. A good start for Kabita Kunwar, just a single off that over. It's 1 for no loss after 1.
So looks like the first over was a brilliant over, just the 1 run. So it has been a good start for Nepal, coming off, first of all, balancing themselves in the batting, and now coming off to a good start in the first over.
Absolutely. And from the other end, it's Ashmina Karmacharya bowling the second over. She got the big wicket of Gawang Choden, the Bhutanese left-hander, yesterday. What can she produce in her first over? Here she comes. Fuller yet again. That's smashed down the ground. She hasn't gotten all of it. A slight misfield. Oh no, that's going to be a boundary. First boundary for Kuwait, courtesy of a misfield that's slapped down the ground for 4. Their score moves on to 5 for no loss.
Yes, I think that was a very good shot. Intent was there, but the bowler did manage to bring in the ball from outside off stump into the wicket. Some good swing in the air, but eventually the fielder let her down. Should put on a much better show in the field, because occasionally we have seen a few misfields from Kuwait. They were right in the game in the first 10 overs, then eventually allowed Nepal to slip away with the game.
Absolutely. Great partnership that between Rubina Chaitri and Indu Burma, giving Nepal more of a chance in this game. Ashmina. Oh, Mariam Omar goes down the ground. Will she clear the fielder? No, she won't. First wicket down for Nepal, and it's the big wicket of Mariam Omar, who has to walk back to the dugout after hitting a boundary off the previous delivery. 5 for 1 Kuwait.
Big moment in the game. Mariam Omar is an athlete. She's sensational with the ball and was very good in the field as well. Wanted to replicate similar efforts with the bat as well. Just got herself a boundary, and the next ball tried to go for a shot once again. Sometimes you just have to wait for the bat ball before you go for this kind of shots. That is a sad demise for Mariam Omar, but Ashmina will be on the top of the world with that breakthrough. Often bowlers who go hit for a boundary will want to make a comeback by getting rid of the batter who hit her, and that is the comeback that Ashmina has made. She'll be very happy.
Absolutely, and as you can see on your screen, the new batter at the crease is Zifa Julani. Now, Bra, I certainly hear what you're saying, but personally, I feel like Mariam Omar, she has the ability to clear the infield, and I like to see that intent. It won't always work out for you, but in a chase like this, if you have a strong power play, you can break the back of that chase. And from Nepal's perspective, you don't want to end up in a position where you're chasing the game, right? Nepal's bowling, like we saw yesterday, very disciplined. It was disciplined throughout the Asia qualifier as well. But for now, here's Ashmina. Oh, she draws the outside edge, but there's no slip in place. Just a single down there to third man.
Yes, but make no mistake, the total, that the target that has to be chased is par 100. And anything above 100, you have to be a little bit calculative and circumspective, because it's not a very big score that you have to go after each and every ball. On the process, if you lose a wicket, you can put yourself and the team in a very crucial and back foot, and you don't want that to happen in a chase.
Yeah, you're right. It's always a tough balance to strike in a chase like this. Fuller, yet again, the game plan for Nepal is very, very clear. Let's bowl it full. Let's try and get that movement. Let's try to get those early wickets. It's worked so far in the first over.
Yes, it's a simple ploy, but as often as we have seen, it works.
Here we go. Just a couple of deliveries left in the second over. Ashmina pitches it up. A bit of a thick inside edge there. Goes to Sita Rana Magar, fielding at mid-wicket. So no runs off that delivery.
Yes, wanted to play it on the offside, but did not make the contact where she intended to. Eventually just a thickish edge to the leg side. Dot ball nevertheless.
Fuller, very full. A Yorker length delivery just pushed back to the bowler. So good comeback here from Ashmina after being struck for a boundary by Mariam Omar. A bit of a misfield, of course. In any case, it's 6 for 1 Kuwait after 2 overs.
It has gotten a bit gloomy out here. The clouds have suddenly covered the pitch. It was looking sunny, but now I don't think there will be any interruption. It might just be a passing drizzle.
Abrar, I'm going to have to agree with you there. I believe it should just be a passing drizzle. But in terms of the action in the middle, I like this move. Sita Ranamagar into the attack. That's defended into the leg side. That's a good piece of running as well. They scamper through for a quick single.
I think she has adjusted to the wicket very early on because she spent some time while batting. She knows what speed to bowl at, and it is very important here in Kinrara Oval for the spinners to bowl at the right pace.
Yes, no doubt. And we've said this before, we'll say it again. Sita Ranamagar, one of Nepal's best players. Here she is again from around the wicket. That's a little shorter and wider, a play and a miss there from Priyada Murli. But Abrar, you know, I gotta say, the 4 overs from Sita Ranamagar, her 4-over spell could well decide the fate of this contest. That's flighted up a tad. That's edged, and that has to go down as a drop chance. Oh dear Lord. I mean, a very sharp take behind the sticks, but if you want to defend totals like this, you've got to take those catches.
Not afraid to give the ball a bit of a toss. Flighted delivery has good use of the wrist. As a spinner, we often talk about batters using their wrist, but as a orthodox left-arm spinner, it's all about the wrist. Sometimes you can dart it in, sometimes take that away.
Smacked into the leg side. She hasn't found the gap. There's a deep mid-wicket in place. Sangeeta Rai, the off-spinner, cleans up. I'm sure we're going to see her in action later, along with fellow off-spinner, the captain Rubina Chaitri. But for now, it's Sita Ranamagar trying to weave a web over Kuwait. That's tossed up, driven down the ground. Kabita Kunwar, ooh, a bit of a fumble, but no harm done. The batters do not decide to take a single. And that brings the 3rd over to a close. Kuwait, of course, have lost that early wicket of Mariam Omar in the 2nd over.
Kuwait, I think, has only themselves to blame. At one stage, they were looking well in control of the game. Then a 60-run partnership for the 5th wicket between Indu Burma and Rubina Chetri really took the game away from them. They really could not get any more wickets. At one stage, they were looking like they will clear the middle order quite easily. But eventually it was not to be. And now they have lost a very early wicket. So the first 10 overs in the game belong to Kuwait. And since then, they have got themselves found.
Yeah, no doubt. It was good batting though, that partnership. Perfect T20 batting. That's flattered. And that's shoveled into the leg side. Will it beat the fielder on the boundary? Yes, it does.
A bit of disappointing effort from the fielder in the deep because she was late to react to it. The moment, because there is only one fielder protecting the entire leg side region, the moment a shot has been played on the leg side, you should be on your feet. I think that is the thing that the fielder is saying to the man in the deep. Pressure was being built up, so that is pressure release.
Of course, the bowler on that occasion, on the receiving end of that boundary, was Rubina Chaitri, the captain herself. So she won't be very happy with that. The fielder in the deep, you're right, Abrar, a little bit of anticipation would have done her good. That's nudged into the offside, a bit of hesitation, a quick single. They make it in though, so a good start to the over from Kuwait. A single to follow up that boundary. It just gets the momentum going. 2nd boundary of the innings, of course. For Kuwait, we now have Zifa Jalani on strike.
Nice bit of timing on that occasion, not finding the gap. Dot ball. As often as we have seen subcontinent teams coming out to play anywhere in the world, they'll bring in their spinners, attack them with spinners, try to choke them.
Oh, playing a miss there. My apologies for that mistake earlier. It's actually Priyada Murli on strike, as you see now on your screen. She's looking leg side. It's a 5-4 offside field right now for Rubina Chaitri. That's tossed up. That's drilled down the ground. But it's just going to be a single. There's a long on in position. Oh, a strong throw in from the deep. You'd like to see that. Abrar, I'm going to put you on the spot right now. What is your prediction? Who are you backing right now?
For me, I think I'm backing Nepal because momentum is in their side. They have started their innings with the ball. They picked up an early wicket. So I think they're in for a good show. As long as they can pick continuous wickets and not allow the free, easy flow of runs, I think Nepal is more likely to come out victorious in this game at this stage. But anything can happen. It's a funny game.
I have to say, some interesting bowling changes here from Rubina Chaitri, because now we have Kabita Kunwar being reintroduced into the attack. So she bowled a really good first over where she only conceded 1 run, troubled both batters in that over as well. And then she was taken out of the attack. Sita Rana Magar was brought back in. And now you see Kabita once again. So in the first 5 overs, or rather in the first 4 overs, we've seen 4 different bowlers. It's a very interesting strategy here.
A very different strategy from the ones we've seen before. Because normally we have seen today, the bowler who's brought in by the skipper has actually finished her entire spell at 1 go. So very different tactics from Nepal.
Here we go. Down the leg side, exercise for the umpire, and just building off your point, something I was going to say. Nepal, of course, against Bhutan. Ashmina Karmacharya and Kabita Kunwar bowled 3 consecutive overs each to kick off the power play. So not only is it different to what we've seen so far in the tournament, it's just a completely different tactic from Rubina Chaitri today as compared to yesterday. Here is Kabita Kunwar bowling the second delivery of the 5th over. Here she comes. Ooh, no foot movement there, just pushed back to Kabita. 1 bounce, takes that on the half volley. A little bit uppish there, nervous moments here for Kuwait. They want to keep building on this start and have a strong power play and build that foundation for a chase of 108.
I think a couple of times I've seen that the ball has kept a shade lower than the batter has expected. So the batters need to be a bit more careful. They can't lose another wicket at this stage, Kuwait. They need a formidable partnership from here on. Kabita Kunwar is bowling very accurately. Beautiful fuller delivery once again. Bowler fumbles a bit. Single taken comfortably in the end.
And you can hear loud cheers from Kuwait's dugout as well throughout the first innings, and in the beginning stages of this innings. They know they have a real chance of pulling off a mini upset against Nepal. And I say a mini upset because Kuwait have really, really been improving. I watched them, I had the pleasure of watching them at the ICC Asia qualifier last year. And I'm going to hold that thought. That's played on the up, straight to Rubina Chaitri. And oh, quick single, direct hit. That is out, 2nd wicket down for Kuwait.
Sensational effort in the field. Sensational effort. Just had a couple of stumps to aim at from that angle. And just look and hit. Simple as that. Very good effort. And eventually the demise of, I think, Priyada Murali has to depart. Nepal surely back in the game now with the fall of 2 wickets. 4.2 overs completed so far. 16 runs with the loss of 2 now.
And unfortunately, Abrar, we do see a bit of a drizzle around the area right now. So it's not ideal. I hope it's a passing shower because I see enough brightness and blue areas in the sky right now. So yes, everyone's got our fingers crossed right now. I believe we just have 4 deliveries to go before we can officially have a result in this game. So that wicket, if there is a rain interruption, that is an absolutely massive wicket in the context of the DLS scenario. Here we go, Fuller driven down the ground. A good stop there from Kabita Kunwar.
Yes, valiant effort by the bowler and her follow through. Try to stop that one. Another dot ball, pressure building up. I think on the far side, the sky looks free of clouds. So I don't think we'll be interrupted with rain. But yes, DLS is always very important. Kavita Kunwar has been brilliant with the ball so far.
That's Fuller and tucked away on the leg side. They're going to get a quick single there. Mid-wicket runs around but can't stop that single. We're into the 5th over right now. 1 delivery left. Kavita Kunwar, she's into her 2nd over. The score is 17 for 2. If you're just joining us, the news from the middle is Nepal batted first and put up a score of 107. It was a really good recovery from Rubina Chaitri and Indu Barma, giving Nepal more of a chance in this contest. Oh, I love seeing this. Kavita Kunwar, she does this a lot, changes up that angle, goes around the wicket to the right-hander. She did it yesterday. She was rewarded with a wicket. She did it in that game against the UAE at the ICC Asia qualifier last year. She picked up the big wicket of Isha Oza on that occasion. So it's a tactic that Kavita Kunwar has used over and over again, and more often than not, she succeeds. So here we go. Final delivery of the 5th over. Kavita Kunwar with that change of angle. That's full on the leg stump. Didn't nail her line, but it's a good way to end the 5th over, a dot ball. So it remains 17 for 2 after 5.
A very good start for Nepal. Keeping Kuwait very quiet so far. They have not been able to take the advantage of the fielding restriction.
Quiet Kuwait, quiet Kuwait. It's a bit of a tongue twister, isn't it?
I realized after saying it that it's a bit of a tongue twister, but I think no fumble was done from my side. Happy to have got away with it.
What can I
but
say,
looks like
Abrar?
Kuwait is not getting away.
What can I say, Abrar? The vocal exercises we did prior to this commentary stint, I think they're starting to pay dividends.
I'm glad there is no video camera here showing our expressions and what that exercise really was for the rest of the world to know. But yeah, it certainly has worked.
She tries to tuck that away, just strikes her on the pad, sliding down leg, of course, which is why we did not see an appeal. It's Priyada Murli on strike right now. She's 5 off 14. At the other end is Kuwaiti skipper Amna Sharif. Priyada Murli cashes in on that full toss. That's whipped away square on the leg side. Priyada Murli moves on to 9 with that boundary. The score moves on to 21. That's the 3rd boundary of Kuwait's innings. 21 for 2 right now. Like we said, this chase of 108, it's certainly something that Kuwait is capable of pulling off. Nepal, of course, one of the best bowling teams in this tournament, but their bowlers will have to deliver today. A lot of pressure on them right now. That's cut away just in front of square on the offside. Work to do for the sweeper. Oh, she does really well. That's a really good piece of fielding there. So just the single to the batters. Priyada Murli, she's into double figures. 10 off 16 right now. Amna Sharif still looking to get off the mark, the Kuwaiti skipper. And she will be facing up against Sita Rana Magar for, I believe, the first time.
Yes, this is the crucial partnership. Priyada Murali and Amna Sharif will have to take the innings deeper, as deep as possible, closer to the target. Priyada Murali has looked very good. Amna Sharif has to be that glue that you mentioned before. She has to be performing in that kind of a role, has to rotate the strike and put in the more aggressor of the two. Priyada Murali back on strike. Let's see what is the line of attack to her.
Just pushed into the offside. Just before that delivery on your screen, you could see Amna Sharif just trying to figure out if there was a gap there on the leg side, perhaps doing a cost-benefit analysis. We have a fielder in the circle at square leg, in the circle at fine leg. That's a muted appeal. It actually looked like there was a lot of bat on that delivery. So, I mean, hey, you know what? You're going to appeal. You may as well appeal, right? You're just asking a question. You're not committing any crime. Nonetheless, one delivery left now in the power play. Amna Sharif looking for her first runs. She plays that watchfully. So there you have it. End of the power play. 22 for 2 Kuwait. They need 86 off 90 deliveries with 8 wickets in hand. If you're watching on social media, start tweeting. I want to know, what are your predictions right now? I know the Nepali fans, you're going to be behind your team. I'm sure a lot of people from Kuwait are watching as well. It's at a very friendly time for the Kuwaitis. I'm sure, I have a feeling it's probably 1 p.m. right now in Kuwait, assuming that they share the same time zone with the UAE. But in any case, afternoon time right now in the Gulf. Rubina Chaudhry, she is into her second over. She's going to bowl the first over of the post-power play period. Here she is. Straight, tucked into the leg side, a quick single. Is this a run-out chance? No, not quite. The fielder did not run in fast enough, I beg your pardon.
Rubina Chaudhry is continuing. She was brilliant with the bat.
Playing a miss. That one just going on with the arm. So Rubina Chaudhry, as she so often does, threatening both edges of the bat here. There we go, on target yet again. 2 consecutive dot balls. That's pushed down the ground. So Amna Sharif, she's off the mark with a single. It looks like Indu Barma there down at long off. Simple. Pulls out that long barrier. 2 runs off the over so far. Rubina Chaudhry. Ooh, that's chipped into the offside. 1 bounce to Sita Rana Magar. An absolute live wire she is in the infield. If you don't know too much about Sita Rana Magar, surviving member of the first ever Nepal women's team set up in 2007. She was playing for both the Nepal senior team and the under-19s simultaneously. And that certainly wasn't uncommon in Nepal or indeed in the Asian region. She's come through the ranks at the same time as the likes of Malaysia's Winifred Durasingham, Bhutan's Anju Gurung as well. She was around at that time. Yazda Swani, I believe. Ooh, almost a cotton bowl chance. Kabita Kunwar at long off does the cleaning up. And that's the end of the over. 25 for 2 after 7.
At the moment, Nepal have a good grip on the game. The run rate is not near to what they require. The current run rate is 3.57. They require about 5 runs per over. But they can afford to spend some time in the wicket. Take some notes from what Rubina Chaudhry and Indu Barma had done earlier.
Yes, absolutely. That was certainly a captain's knock there from Rubina Chaudhry. She's given her side a much better chance of defending this total, and you have to say, if you were to make a determination right now, Nepal are in the box seat, but you never know. Kuwait, they need 83 of 78 deliveries. What can they pull off in this over? That's a full toss, does not get all of it, but she should get a single down to long on. And with that, we also have a change in bowling. I believe it's Ashmina Karmacharya who's been reintroduced into the attack, and yes, good stuff, Jay. Your eyes still work.
Complimenting yourself?
I was just being facetious, man. I'm getting older. Here we go. Ashmina. That's Fuller. Ooh, some angle into Amna Sharif there. She's unable to do much with that. But yes, Ashmina and Kabita Kunwar, both seamers for Nepal. They've been so impressive throughout this tournament. And they've kept up the good work today as well. Here's Ashmina. I'm sure she's looking for that third breakthrough for Nepal. Good stuff. Good stuff. Right on the money. She was hit for a boundary in her first over. It was a bit of a misfield at long on, rather mid on. Mariam Omar on that occasion collecting a boundary, and then she skied Ashmina up straight into the hands of mid-off off the very next delivery. So Ashmina Karmacharya, great comeback from her in her first over. That's down the leg side. Ooh, that must have clipped something. Umpire Tabarak Dar, I beg your pardon, I'm just getting a little bit tongue-tied here.
The exercise not really working?
It's my throat. It's getting drier and drier. It's all that fish sambal I had at lunch. Don't eat spicy food if you have to talk for 7 hours at a stretch. I've learned that lesson. But it's fish sambal. So I'll make an exception. Ooh. Plays inside the line of that one. A play and a miss. Amna Sharif hasn't been the most fluent start for the Kuwaiti skipper. She just walks away to gather her thoughts, hands on her hips. She's going to walk back to the crease now.
Yes, she's batting with a strike rate of just 9. So that is astonishing at this stage. And in a T20 game, Ashmina has been consistent.
That's pushed into the offside. Another dot ball. Amna Sharif not quite at her fluent best in this game so far. That's definitely an understatement. In any case, end of the 8th over. It's 26 for 2. And you know what? I get the sense that Rubina Chaudhary, she is trying to attack. She's trying to get that third wicket. And
Is that why Kabita Kunwar is back into the attack?
Absolutely. Absolutely. You called it, man. You called it. And we have Rubina Chaudhary. She's up at mid-off. We have a long on back on the rope. We have a fine leg. A second fielder on the leg side boundary. And of course, we have 2 fielders on the offside boundary. That's guided away. That's work to do there for the fielder. She's not going to cut it off. A really important boundary for Kuwait. Just breaking the shackles after a quiet post-power play period there. Their score moves on to 30 for 2. We're 1 delivery now into the 9th over.
Yes, width was provided on that occasion. Just had to get the placement right, and that is what she did. Rightfully transferred her weight nicely onto the front foot and guided it in between the 2 fielders at backward point and cover. Much needed boundary for Kuwait, and none other than Priyada Murali is among the boundary. Amna Sharif just needs to do the right thing and rotate the strike and put Priyada face as many balls as possible. A good looking shot once again. Straight to the fielder, no runs there. Kabita Kunwar has managed to keep things very quiet but has not really picked up a wicket. And that is what is expected of her. Rubina Chaudhary is trusting her with this responsibility, keeping a lot of faith in her.
Here we go, Priyada Murli. She is looking leg side. She wants another boundary. Nepal, they want to get Priyada Murli out. She's 17 off 22. Kabita Kunwar, full down the ground. That's well kept out. Oh, look at that. We see some aggression. You can see how much this means to Nepal. They know this is an very, very crucial juncture of the game right now. Whoever wins this next mini battle in the next couple of overs could well win this contest. Kavita Kunwar. Oh, played a miss. Ow. I beg your pardon. That's
yes,
actually...
that was driven beautifully straight to the fielder. That was driven beautifully straight to the fielder, but no runs there. Priyada Murali has looked good every time she played a shot on the offside.
It was interesting because Priyada Murali, when she hit that, she was actually looking a little bit behind her. I was fooled by the eyes of Priyada Murali. 2 deliveries left in the 9th over. Little uppish. Sita Rana Mugger. An absolute live wire in that infield. She fires that throw in. It's the second time in this over we've seen a Nepali fielder fire that throw in. They want a wicket. They want it desperately. 78 required now off 67 deliveries. If your math is any good, that means that required rate is edging closer and closer to 7 runs and over. That's tucked into the leg side, a quick single. They're going to make it very easily. So a single to close out the 9th over. It's 31 for 2.
Nepal is well and truly in the game now. This is their match to lose if anything happens. But other than that, I think they would feel very comfortable. The bowlers would want to find themselves more often in the wicket column. But other than that, Priyada Murali has looked very, very good. It is Amna Sharif who needs to take on a little bit more responsibility. She has played 12 deliveries for the 1 run.
Yep, that's a good call.
Ashmina is brought into the attack. Another seamer.
Like we said before, Rubina Chaitri, she is looking for those wickets. There's no better way to peg back the opposition. That's smashed mid-off, work to do. She will not be able to prevent the single. So useful single for Priyada Murali. But what that does is it brings Amna Sharif onto strike. At the very least, she's got to get off strike and get the more settled partner back on strike. But for now, she's looking leg side.
It's not really had a good day. Amna Sharif, a couple of catches were missed out, difficult chances when she was bowling.
Oh, that's a drop catch from Ashmina, just as we were talking about drop catches. But I have to say, that was a missed opportunity on more than one count. Of course, a return catch went down, but we also only have 3 fielders on the leg side, and that's why you saw Amna Sharif eyeing up that region. Massive, massive gaps there on the leg side. That full toss was a golden opportunity to get a boundary for Amna Sharif. Not to be. Here's Ashmina. That's wide. Oh, another drop catch. Consecutive drop catches for Nepal. This is not good enough if you want to defend a total of 107. And it's Priyada Murali being dropped on that occasion. Sharveen, you have walked into the commentary box at a very interesting time.
Yeah, I guess. 2 back-to-back drop catches, is it?
My word. What a crucial period of play. How expensive will this pair of drops prove for Nepal? That's smashed, but there's cover out on the boundary. They're only going to get a single.
So for Priyada Murali, playing really well. She's standing there, building up a partnership with Amna Sharif.
Absolutely. Ashmina Karmacharya, 2 deliveries left now in the 10th over. We're almost at the halfway mark. And Kuwait require a further 74 runs of 62 deliveries. That's full. And it's driven to mid-off, a quick single. Ooh, this time we don't see a direct hit. The batter lucky to make her ground and lucky to pick up that single. That could have been the second run out of the innings.
I guess 3 wickets in this over. 2 drop catches and 1 run out.
Sharveen, you are a hard man to please, I have to say. Very, very strict. Last ball of the 10th over. Here we go, Ashmina. That's full, driven into the offside for a easy single. So at the halfway mark, it's 36 for 2. We're going to take a mini break for drinks. We will be back in maybe 2 minutes. So don't go too far. If you're just tuning into the broadcast, the news is Nepal scored 107 in the first innings. So Kuwait, with a chase of 108, they required 5.4 runs and over at the start of the chase. We're at the halfway mark, that 36 for 2 with Priyada Murli not out on 21. It was a good power play period for Nepal, which included a run out, a direct hit by Rubina Chaitri to get rid of Zifa Jalani. Before that, in the second over of the innings, Mariam Omar skied a catch up to mid-off. So 2 wickets in the power play for Nepal, and the bowlers are gonna have to deliver if they want to defend this total. Sharveen, I'm gonna put you on the spot, mate. Whose dugout would you rather be in?
For me, I always love to chase. So I'll be in the batting side.
Absolutely, and I mean, with one set batter there in Priyada Murli and their captain still at the crease, Kuwait definitely have a very good chance of chasing this down. But that required rate of 7.2, it can get very, very tricky. You get 2 quiet overs now that only go for around 5 or 6 runs, and suddenly that required rate edges up over 6 runs and over, approaching 8.5 runs and over. And that's not always easy to chase, regardless of what team is batting and regardless of who's at the crease.
Yeah, I agree with that. I think next 10 overs, they need to build up the partnership. I think the way Priyada Murli and I'm not sure if they have to build a partnership, a big partnership, to stay until the end.
You hit the nail on the head there, man. Partnerships, it's the name of the game. But for Nepal, they want to break these partnerships. And Rubina Chaitri, the Nepal skipper, has brought herself into the attack. It looks like we're all set to resume play after a drinks break. Very hot and sultry conditions here at the Kinrara Oval. We had a brief drizzle earlier on. It threatened to maybe disrupt play, but it probably ended up being a good thing. Just made things a little bit cooler for all the players and everyone, all the support staff and tournament organizers here at the Kinrara Oval. Rubina Chaitri tosses that up. That's driven to cover in the circle, a dot ball to start the second half of the innings.
They have to go for runner ball, like rotating the strike, not facing a lot of dot balls.
Oh, that's a bit of a misfield there in the covers. They're going to get through for a single. So Sita Rana Magar does the sweeping up there, running from long off to cut that off. Sharveen, what are your hitting zones right now if you are the Kuwaiti batters?
I think there's a big gap on the square leg area, you can see. And there's a big gap between extra cover and long off.
I actually quite like this field set. Rubina Chaitri tempting that batter to hit across the line on the leg side, but at the same time, she's firing it in full, quick and straight, trying to trap her in front maybe. That's pushed into the offside, a good piece of fielding. So consecutive dot balls here for Rubina Chaitri. That pressure we were talking about continuing to build on Kuwait. 71 needed now off 57. Kuwait, they need a boundary and they need it right now. Amna Sharif nudges that to the same region. So 3 consecutive dot balls, and Sharveen, the statistics say that the chance of picking up a wicket after 3 consecutive dot balls absolutely skyrockets. So I feel like we're gonna see something happen, perhaps right now, off this ball. Nope, that's nudged into the leg side. Amna Sharif is gonna close out the over with a single. And with that, the 11th over is up. It's 38 for 2.
They have another 9 overs to go. They have to play less dot balls. Just keep on rotating the strike, taking singles. As you said earlier, any 3 overs below 6 or 5 runs over, the run rate gonna accelerate to 8.5 and 9 and 10.
100%, man, 100%. And with that, we have a change in bowling. Sangeeta Rai, the off spinner, is into the attack. So right now we have off spin from both ends. But Sharveen, I'm curious, if you were Amna Sharif right now, what is your strategy? Do you rotate the strike and get Priyada Murli on strike? Or do you try and get your first boundary of the innings and build some momentum that way?
I would do I'll give a lot of strike to Priyada Murli because she's on to the first over until now. She facing a lot of balls. She hit a boundary. So instead of facing a dot ball, so I'll give strike to her to face more balls.
It's such a tough balancing act because when that run rate gets up, that required rate rather, gets up to 8 runs and over, you need a boundary every over, right? Ooh, that's a play and a miss. It looked like she was trying to find that gap square on the offside. It's not a very big gap between deep backward point and gully in the circle, but you need good connection. She was unable to make any connection on this case. She is 4 off 19 deliveries. Sangeeta Rai, the off spinner, tosses that up. That's hit down the ground. They should only get a single. A good piece of work there in the deep. It's Rubina Chaitri, the captain herself, fielding at that crucial position. Sharveen, you have captaincy experience, I believe. Where do you prefer to field?
I would stay in boundary lines. I won't stay in 30th circle because I love to catch. I love to stop the boundary outside the ring.
Mate, you love to stop boundaries. You like to hit boundaries as well. An absolute nightmare for the opposition when he's in full flow. Sharveen Muniandi. So much experience for the men's national team. Great to have him in the commentary box. And there we go. That gap on the offside we were talking about. But it goes straight to deep backward point. So just a single there. And at the end of the day, singles. You can't just score singles. Kuwait, they need boundaries right now.
As you can see, Nepal bowlers are just bowling in the right areas. They're not bowling fuller lengths or slightly outside. Just keeping in the right areas. Let them hit. And then what they're doing, they're trying to waiting for the looser deliveries. So they are not bowling that.
Mate, Sharveen, your insights. So great to have you in the comm box. I think after your playing career, you should definitely consider a career as an analyst.
Sure, I had this hobby. I want to analyze these kind of things because I used to see when I'm not playing. So I used to see a lot of people playing. Then what they should do, you know. You've been a cricketer, so you know what's happening inside. You've gone through this kind of situation, require runs, 10 runs per over, or you have to defend 10 runs per over.
No, man, absolutely. You hit the nail on the head there. And if anyone is looking for an analyst in around 8, 10, 15 years from now, Sharveen Muniandi is throwing his hat in the ring. But jokes aside, we have a change in bowling. Indu Burma, who played a crucial role in that partnership with Rubina Chaitri, she's been introduced into the attack. And it's an interesting time to come on as well. 67 needed off 48 deliveries. for Kuwait. That run rate, or required run rate rather, just a shade under 8.5 runs and over. Kuwait, on average, they're going to need probably a boundary and over to chase this down. So not easy, but all it takes is that one big over.
That's true. They need just 1 or 2 over, big over, the game gonna change.
And I think from the perspective of a neutral fan as well, a 10, 12, even 15 run over would make a big difference to this contest. Because right now, Nepal are firmly in the box seat. The momentum is with Rubina Chaitri's outfit, make no mistake about that. And as things are going, they're well on course to registering their second win in 2 days.
As you can see in the first innings, when Rubina Chaitri was in, automatically Indu Burma was so confident. She was looking for boundaries and running hard, and then they made up 70 runs partnership. That was a brilliant batting from them. So as I said, like Kuwait batsmen, like they need a partnership at this point of time.
Absolutely. It was so great to watch that partnership because it looked like Nepal were going to struggle to get 80 or 90 runs. They got past 100, they got to 107. So it was a really good death overs finish from Nepal and a huge improvement on their death overs batting yesterday against Bhutan. They finished on 94 for 9 against Bhutan. So an improvement today, getting 107. Still not quite up to their full potential. But for now, here's Indu Burma. She drops it short. That one didn't quite get up. Nonetheless, it's a dot ball to start off her spell. Sharveen, what is the surface like here at the Kinrara Oval? You have plenty of experience. Just walk us through what the surface is like.
Kinrara wicket is, for me, it's like batting wicket. It's easy to score runs. There is no turn. The wicket is, for seamers, they'll have some swing in earlier, but after that the wicket gonna be flat. It's a batting track. For me, it's a batting track.
And I think the statistics will support your opinion there as well. There we go. Ooh, a little uppish into the offside. This backward point there that does the sweeping up. Amna Sharif still unable to get any momentum in her innings. She's faced 25 balls, yet to hit a single boundary. Priyada Murli as well at the other end. She's just slowing up a tad. Indu Burma tosses that up. That's driven straight to Rubina Chaitri. Another dot ball.
Pressure building up for Kuwait batsman.
Smack, but she doesn't get all of it. Sita Rana Mugger at long off, makes no mistake, it's just a single. So 65 runs required now. We have 43 deliveries left in this innings. That's well kept out. Indu Burma, that's the end of her over. Just the 2 runs off it, a really good start from her. And it's 43 for 2 after 13 overs.
Priyada Murli on 24 from 37 balls, and Amna Sharif, the skipper, 7 runs with 24 balls.
And 25 balls after that dot ball. So Amna Sharif, not the most fluent innings from her so far. She's capable of more, that's for sure. But at the end of the day, you got to give credit where credit is due. Nepal's bowlers, Nepal's fielders, with the exception of those 2 drop catches, have actually been really, really good today. So they just had a bad 2 or 3 minute spell with those 2 drop catches. Other than that, throughout the tournament, they've been really, really good. It's more off spin. Sangeeta Rai to continue from the other end. And at the end of the day, if you're Kuwait, you have to go right now. You have to attack. She tries to do that, Amna Sharif. Oh, the frustration grows for her. She's unable to get that boundary. And there's been no lack of intent here from Amna Sharif. It's just the execution. She's just not having the best of days. That's a low full toss. That's into the leg side. She hasn't quite got that deep mid wicket. Will easily cut that off. Just a single.
You can see Kinrara getting darker. The clouds coming out.
Yes, absolutely. It's a mixture of white clouds and dark clouds in the sky right now. I have a feeling if it does start raining, it's not going to be torrential. In any case, Sangeeta Rai, she's been lofted down the ground. Is this a catching chance? You bet it is. Or maybe it isn't. We're waiting for the signal from the umpire. Has that carried the distance? Yes, a maximum for Kuwait. And 50 up for Kuwait now. Loud cheers from the dugout. It looks like Priyada Murli on that occasion smacking that over long on, that fielder. Eventually signaling 6. So great sportsmanship there. But that might be the tonic that Kuwait's innings needs. Could this be the turning point? Oh, she tries to guide that away. A big appeal and it's given. So a 6 and then a wicket. Priyada Murli, she has to walk back to the pavilion for 31 off 40 balls. All action here in the 14th over at the Kinrara Oval. Sharveen, how big is that wicket?
It a big wicket. There was a good comeback from Sangeeta after got hit by 6 and next ball was a wicket. It was a crucial wicket. A set better.
Absolutely. And with that maximum, I actually thought it was going to hold up and fall into the lap of long on. I was completely wrong. I think there's actually a bit of a breeze blowing that way, which carried the ball a little further. Nonetheless, it was a good shot by Priyada Murli and a great comeback from Sangeeta Rai. That one just going on with the arm. Really good variation, a good length, a good line, and she gets rewarded. 3 wickets down now for Kuwait, 51 for 2 with 1 delivery left in the 14th over. That would be a crazy scoreline if it was 51 for 3 after 4. The new batter at the crease is Siobhan Gomez. She is at the striker's end. And she's going to have to get going from ball 1. 57 required off 37 deliveries. Nudged into the offside. That's a good beginning. She gets off the mark off the very first ball. So 52 for 3 Kuwait after 14. The big wicket of Priyada Murli in that over.
6 overs to go.
The required rate now for Kuwait at 9.33 runs an over. They have 7 wickets in hand. Amna Sharif, the skipper, is still out there in the middle. She's searching for her first boundary, and she wants that first boundary as soon as possible. But for now, it's going to be Siobhan Gomez who retained strike with that single off the last ball of the last over. Sharveen, if you're the new batter, what is your strategy? Do you work your way into the innings, or do you go for it right now?
I think I'll take time. I'll just drag the game until the last over. Because anything, you just keep on rotating the strike, running 1s and 2s and 1 and 2s. Definitely there will be a loose ball in each and every over. Maybe you need 1 over to get the runs. 2 6s.
Works that away into the leg side. A quick single. She hits. It's out. And it is out. So Siobhan Gomez, that's all she wrote. She's dismissed 1 off 2 balls. Walking back to the dugout. You have to say that was a suicidal first run. Practically hit straight back to the bowler. And we said it. A direct hit and she was gone. That's exactly what's happened. So, 2 wickets in quick succession for Kuwait. It's not ideal. It's getting a little bit gloomy here at the Kinrara Oval. I wonder if that's a bad omen for Kuwait. Here we go. A new batter walking out to the middle. Khadija Khalil didn't have the best of days with the ball. What can she do with the bat? Rubina Chaitri, as you can see on the screen, just marshalling the troops. She knows those 2 big wickets could really open the floodgates here for Nepal. And Kuwait, of course, they still require 56 runs. But this time, they only have 35 deliveries to work with.
I think Amna Sharif got a big role to do in the middle.
And since the batter's crossed, it's going to be Amna Sharif on strike. What can she muster? She's looking leg side again. It's a 5-4 offside field right now. We have deep mid-wicket in place, fine leg, square leg in the circle, and we have a long on the boundary. That's shorter. Oh, another play and a miss. Perhaps in 2 minds whether to go leg side or smack that through the offside. And sometimes that can happen with that 5-4 offside field. You're not entirely sure where you should hit the ball.
When Indu Verma bowling well, you can see like he's just bowling on the offside. She's not giving to the stump line area. She's just bowling, keeping in the 4th stump. So let them play on the offside. So she don't want to give the arc to play on the leg side for the swing.
Absolutely, and as the old adage goes, when in doubt, hit to the leg side, hit to cow corner. Oh, that's a big appeal! It's a confident appeal, perhaps just sliding down the leg side there. But more importantly for Nepal and for Kuwait, it's yet another dot ball. Indu Barma into her 2nd over. She hasn't conceded a boundary yet. It's been a really, really good spell from her so far. We're nearing the end of the 15th over. Now that run rate, that required rate, close to 11 runs and over. That's down the ground. It will not beat the fielder. So just a single there for Amna Sharif. Her frustration continues to grow. Look at us fumbling our words here in the commentary box.
Brilliant over from Indu Verma. Just giving away 3 runs in just 1.5 overs.
A play and a miss. So it's 53 for 4 after 15. Kuwait require 55 off the next 30 deliveries.
11 runs per over.
Very, very difficult, Sharveen. At any level of cricket, whether it's associate cricket, full member cricket, chasing 11 runs and over, oof, you gotta back the bowling team. And especially if that bowling team is as accomplished as Nepal. They've been so impressive in this game and in their game yesterday against Bhutan. Largely impressive in the field as well, with the exception of those 2 drop catches we talked about earlier. Rubina Chaitri, that's down the ground. It should just be a single. And yes, the fielder there at long on, getting the long barrier out, making no mistake whatsoever. And you have to say singles are not going to do it. Khadija Khalil, she's on strike facing up against Rubina Chaitri for the first time in this game. And Khadija Khalil certainly capable of scoring quick runs. But she has no time to play herself in my opinion. She goes big, or tries to. Has gone down to a wideish long on, but just a single. Looks like Mamta Chaudhary over there doing the cleaning up.
At least 2 boundaries required in an over.
Yes, absolutely. Never easy to try and get 2 boundaries and over. Oh, that's skied up in the air. Rubina Chaitri running back. Oh, dear Lord, the skipper has put that down. Just as we were praising Nepal's fielding. You have to say, it's not always easy running back to take those. You have to take those catches, Sharveen.
At this point of time, catches, run outs, You have to stop that. You have to take the catches.
That's
It's,
smacked into the leg side. Will it find the boundary? No, it won't. But it's gone into vacant space. Just a single. I got a little excited there for a second, Sharveen. But it looks like that's one of the longest boundaries on the ground, right?
it's quite bigger on the leg side area.
And that's another impressive aspect about Rubina Chaitri's bowling. I don't believe an off spinner has bowled from the other end. They've always bowled from this end. There we go, a loud appeal. And the umpire's unmoved. He's going to have to rearrange those bails and those stumps. But like we said just now, off spinners have always bowled from this end to the long leg side boundary. Really, really good captaincy this from Rubina Chaitri. She's got 3 off spinners in her attack, including herself, of course. Into the leg side yet again. She's not going to find a boundary. 1 bounce to Mamta Chaudhary. Just a single. So Mamta Chaudhary, she's been really, really good in that region down there at Long On throughout the innings. Very, very impressive. I think she's probably saved around 5 or 6 runs today. And that's so, so valuable in a low-scoring match such as this.
That's end of the over, 58 for 4. 16 overs. Last 4 overs to go. They need 50 runs.
It's been a very, very polished performance from Nepal. At the end of the power play, it looked like, hey, you know what? Kuwait have a real chance here. We spoke about that earlier, but to drag things back in the way that they have, you have to give full credit to Nepal. Indu Barma, here she comes, drops that short. It's smacked down the ground, but just a single. Yet another single for Amna Sharif. She moves on to 13 of 36 deliveries.
I would say Nepal bowlers was bowling, they're not going for attacking. They just keep on bowling simple line and line, just bowling dot balls, dot ball, dot balls. They know if the dot balls, they get over 4 dot balls. The end of the day, they need required 60 runs, 440 runs. As you can see now, 50 runs needed in 4 hours. Brilliant, brilliant bowling from Nepal.
The umpire there signaling leg byes. That one just striking the pad of Khadija Khalil. Sharveen, am I being too strict here, or was that a potential boundary ball?
It is boundary ball. I think in this point of time, it's a pressure situation for the batters. They need run, they need boundaries.
There we go. Brilliant, brilliant fielding there from Rubina Chaitri. She's not too happy with her fielders as no one was backing up there. So she chose not to throw. A wise decision, because the need of the hour right now is to just keep those runs down. You don't need wickets. You just need dots and singles. That's smacked, and it goes too long off. Just a single. So these singles are really not going to bother Nepal, are they?
Definitely Rubini Chaudhary was telling, oh, that's gone. Good bowling from Indu Verma. As I said, when you bowl dot balls, the batsmen get pressure.
Yes, absolutely. It's been the Indu Burma and Rubina Chaitri show so far in this game. It's a very tight contest for player of the match. Indu Burma, you gotta give her credit, because she is Nepal's 5th bowler and 6th bowler. And to perform the way she has, she hasn't put a single foot wrong at the bowling crease so far. Figures of 1 for 4 in 2.4 overs for her so far. And Nepal closing out this game in style. 48 required for Kuwait, 20 deliveries left. We thought that maybe they might have a chance after Priyada Murli muscled that 6 over Long On, but she was dismissed by Sangeeta Rai off the very next delivery, caught behind by Kajal Shrestha. You just get that feeling. Priyada Murli departing caught behind, and Shibon Gomez run out off attempting a suicidal run. That happening in the space of 3 deliveries really broke the back of Kuwait's chase.
New batsman for Kuwait. Mariama Haider. She bowled really well with the ball.
That's over the infield on the offside. It should just be a single. They're looking for 2. Oh, a lot of hesitation there. Yes, no calls from both batters. They wisely decide against the second run, but perhaps they were attempting that second run because they just know they need more than singles. That did not materialize on this occasion. End of the 17th over, 62 for 5, Kuwait.
Three overs to go. Kuwait batters need 46 runs in 3 overs. Mariama Haider. Oh, that was a chance of catch for the keeper. Sitanagar, experienced bowler. There was a beautiful shot from Mariama Haider. Sweep the ball to the deep square leg and went for the 4. Kuwait moved to 66, losing 5 wickets. They need 42 runs. Beautiful shot, chance of catch, and been dropped. Beautiful running from both the batters. At this point of time, they just need dot balls. Let them take single. There is no boundaries. They have to stop the boundaries. Again, Mariama Haider swept to the deep square leg for single. Amna Sharif have to take charge. Go for the big shots. That's gone. Brilliantly bowled by Sitarana Magar. Amna Sharif depart for 14 runs of 39 deliveries. Brilliant bowling from Sitarana. The new batsman. Batter for Kuwait, Mariam Ashraf.
As you can see on your screen, 69 for 6, one delivery left in the 18th over. Sita Rana Magar just setting her field. We've got a mid-off in the circle, a mid-on. Oh, apologies. I was looking at the wrong side. We've got a third man and a fine leg in the circle. Both long on and long off back. There we go. Another wicket for Sita Rana Magar. Bowled this time. And that score now 69 for 7 at the end of the 18th over. Sita Rana Magar, we've seen her on so many occasions pull out a very, well, animated celebration. I was just looking for the right word there. But not so much on this occasion. That's probably because the game is sort of in the bag right now for Nepal. 39 required for Kuwait. Off the next 12 deliveries, they've only got 3 wickets in hand. So another good day at the office for Rubina Chaitri's bowlers. Sita Rana Magar with 2 wickets in that over. She's taken 2 for 14 in her 3-over spell so far.
Two overs to go.
And Sharveen, I mean, you have been in the commentary box for most of this contest and you've been watching practically an entire game. Who in this Nepal outfit has impressed you the most?
Indu Burma, I would say she started slow. When Rumini Chetri came in, she started to look for singles. She running hard, she hitting boundaries. And with bowling, you would say like she just keep on the right areas, bowling dot balls, not going for wicket.
Absolutely. With the ball, she hasn't put a single foot wrong, Indu Barma. She's into her last over right now. She's yet to concede a boundary, and she came on at a time as well where the required run rate was around 7 runs and over, and pretty soon after, it shot up to 11. And a big reason for that was Indu Barma and her spell. Here she is. That's pushed away straight to Rubina Chaitri. Ooh, a bit of a run-out chance. No backing up from Nepal. You've got to back up. You've got to give your fielders the freedom to fire in a throw like that without worrying about overthrows. And this is something Rubina Chaitri has pointed out to her fielders on more than one occasion. This time it seemed like she sort of just gave up on providing that advice. Then again, the game is practically in the bag for Nepal right now. 37 needed off 10 deliveries. Ooh, that's a play and a miss. Or did she get bad on that? Oh, no signal from the umpire, so that's going to go down as a drop catch there. I thought that perhaps that was a play and a miss, but in the grand scheme of things, that's not going to make too much of a difference. 36 required off 9 deliveries. Turned away on the leg side, a quick single.
So far, was a brilliant bowling from Indu Burma. You can see 1 wicket with 9 runs, 3.3 overs. She was just keep on the same line and line, bowling dot balls. And the other end, they're getting the wicket.
Absolutely. And amidst all that madness, Mariama Haider has got into double figures. She's 10 off 7. That's flighted a full toss. Smacked over deep backward point. Is that going to run away to the boundary? It's cut off, but not before the batters get back for 2 runs. So Mariama Haider just bumping up her stats a little bit. Oh, that's a no ball from Indu Burma. Just as we were talking her up. Could this be a mini lifeline for Kuwait? So 3 runs off that delivery, and it will not count as a legal delivery either. So I guess that was adjudged to be above waist height. What do you think, Sharveen? Was that above waist height?
Yeah, I think it's above waist size.
Okay, we're going to give the umpire the benefit of the doubt there. That's taken, but it won't be a dismissal. It will be a run out. It will be a run out. So Shanti Balasubramanyam, I beg your pardon. I'm getting a little bit tongue-tied there. That's not a run out.
I think umpire signal. I think he signaled not out. Maybe she was blocking the umpire's view. I guess.
That is an interesting call. I thought she was out of her crease there. Interesting. Well, well, well. I guess it won't make a difference to the final equation. Because it's still 32 required off 7 deliveries. That's smacked. Kind of mishit to Mamta Chaudhary at long off. Just a single.
Mariama Haider playing really aggressive. She came in, she hit us 4, and then she looking for singles, she going for shots. That's the end of the over. 19 over gone. 77 for 7.
There you go, all 7s on that scoreboard right now. Indu Barma, that's the end of her spell. She conceded 14 in her 4 overs and took 1 very, very important wicket as well. So, a good day at the office for her, both with bat and with ball. She's a strong contender for player of the match. Along, of course, with Rubina Chaudhary. But for now, it's the left arm spinner. Sita Rana Magar, she's going to close things out. And Mariama Haider hitting with that left arm spinner's angle. Ooh, an arm ball. She's beaten. She's not happy. She's not happy with herself at all. She wants a couple of boundaries. Well, why wouldn't you want a boundary? You don't need a reason to want a boundary. You're a batter. Let's get those boundaries. Here we go. Into the leg side. Doesn't get all of it. Mid on, however. Long on, I mean. Is a little bit wide. A bit of a misfield, but no harm done. Just a single. Look at me, Sharveen, trying to figure out a reason for why a batter would want a boundary. Oh, that was not a very smart question. In any case, we have 4 deliveries left in this game. Sita Rana Magar, 3.2 overs, 2 for 15. A really good day at the office for the left arm spinner.
And
30 runs required off 4 deliveries. It's not really going to happen. But here's Sita, in any case. Tosses that up. That's nudged into the leg side for a quick single. Throw to the non-striker's end. It's a little bit high. So the batter makes it in. Shanti Balasubramanian.
There's a quick single from the batter.
The left-hander's back on strike. 3 deliveries left in this innings. She tries to go over the leg side. Does not get it off the middle. They're looking for 2. Oh, sent back. That was very interesting from the left-hander. Perhaps a little selfless as well. Because she was not running to the danger end. The throw would have come into the bowler's end. So 80 for 7 now. 2 deliveries left. A play and a miss, and they're going to sneak through for a single. We're waiting for the signal from the umpire. Oh, no signal. So another caught behind chance that's been put down here. And just as we say that, I saw a small bolt of lightning in a very dark cloud. So I'm glad we're getting a full contest here at the Kinrara. The skies may open up at any point. That's up in the air. Is she going to take it? Oh, a drop catch to close out the game for Nepal. That's 4 drop catches in this innings, but no harm done whatsoever. They restrict Kuwait to 82 for 7 at the end of 20 overs. A really good defense of a total of 107. They win by 25 runs here at the Kinrara Oval. A really good display from Nepal's bowlers. They really, you have to say, perhaps digging their side out of jail here. They could only manage 107 with the bat in the first innings. But it was a really good finish from Rubina Chaudhary and from Undu Barma as well. A really good finish there from Nepal's batters and their bowlers. But yes, if you're just tuning into the broadcast, the game is now over. A quick recap: 107 in the first innings for Nepal. Kuwait, at one point, they looked like they were in with a chance, especially after the power play. But it was not to be. The likes of Indu Barma, Rubina Chetri, Sangeeta Rai really dragging things back for Nepal and delivering a 25-run victory over Kuwait. A spirited Kuwaiti display, especially with the ball. A really good contest here at the Kinrara Oval. One of the better games we've had so far at the ACC Women's T20 Championship. A reminder that the top two teams in this tournament, that is the two winning semi-finalists, they will go through and they will join India, Pakistan, Sri Lanka, and Bangladesh, and Thailand, of course, in a 7-team Asia Cup to be held later this year. And don't go too far. We will be with you shortly for the presentation ceremony where we will announce the player of the match. I've been one of your two commentators for the day, Jay Dansinghani. If you like what you've heard, you can always follow me on Twitter at jdansinghani. Do be sure to give Crick Tracker, the ACC, and the Malaysian Cricket Association a follow on Twitter, Insta, Facebook, or any social media thing that you use. It's been a pleasure being joined by my co-commentators Abrar and, of course, men's national team all-rounder Sharveen. Sharveen, thank you so much for joining me on this broadcast.
Thank you so much, Jay.
And we'll see you shortly for that player of the match presentation.
So you're going down for the... Right. You didn't even announce the end of the broadcast. It's okay.
Let me take my phone. Just
Brief on today's match in the afternoon. Kuwait won the toss and decided to field. Nepal scored 107 for 4 in 20 overs. Hindu Burma 28 not out. Rubina Chetri Belbashi who scored 34 not out. And for Kuwait we had Mariam Haider who took 2 for 10. In reply, Kuwait were 82 for 7 in 20 overs. Priyanka Murli scored 31. And we had Hindu Burma who took 1 for 14 in 4 overs. Sita Rana Hajar 2 for 19 in 4 overs. As a result, Nepal won by 25 runs. Having discussed this with my colleagues, there were 2 contenders from the Nepal team. One was Rubina Chetty Belbashi and the other one was Hindu Burma. The choice of the player of the match today goes to Rubina Chetty Belbashi for 34 not out, 0 for 16 in 4 overs.
Rubina, congratulations on your award, a really good all-round performance. With the bat, you walked in at a very tricky situation after losing those 4 wickets. What was your game plan and your thinking when you walked out at number 6?
The game plan was simple. Just need to stick on the wicket. The wicket was very flat. We just need to follow on our basic techniques. So I was just focusing on I need to accelerate because I was on the okay. So just focusing on the basic techniques and focusing on my hard work and just trying to bat as much as I can.
Yeah, fantastic. It was a really good partnership there with Hindu Burma. What was it like having someone as calm as Hindu Burma at the crease with you?
Yeah, as you know that she is our vice captain, so she is already a leader. So it was very crucial for me that I need to listen to her and she need to listen to me. So we were just talking with each other and just trying to put on good score on the board as we need to take the responsibility for the team. So we were just actually just talking and telling ourselves that we need to put on good score so that we can back our bowlers.
Absolutely, and you're also the winning captain for the day, so I'm going to also ask you about your team performance. And like I said, not the best start for the batters, but with the ball, I mean, you guys came back, you defended that total and you won by 25 runs eventually. What did you make of your performance from the team, both with bat and with the ball?
Yeah, from the batting, as we did not started well as we expected, but we finished well and we just managed to put on good responsible innings in the middle. So from the bowling end, we need to work a little bit more harder because we think we need to restrict them and in some point of time. So but really hats off to our fielders and my team that they have worked really hard on the field, back to the field, on the home as well. They have worked really hard for this game, so they are showing as much as they can and just trying to believe on them that they will come back stronger than the next match.
Absolutely. And in a few days from now you have that big match against Hong Kong. What is your thinking, what is your game plan going into that game against Hong Kong?
So not focusing on the team, just trying to figure out what we can do based on our team. Just trying to put on good score and good fight with the Hong Kong. We are not focusing on every individual. We are just focusing on ourselves, that how can we do best on the field. So hopefully we can put on a good fight with Hong Kong and just try to play better cricket on that team.
Fantastic. Thank you so much, Rubina, and congratulations on the win and your award. I'd now like to invite the captain who finished second today, Amna Sharif, if you could step up to the mic.
Firstly, commiserations for the loss today, but in that first innings you started really, really well, taking 4 early wickets, and of course there was that big partnership between Rubina and Indu Burma. Do you feel there's anything you guys could have done differently to kind of peg them back a bit?
Well, I think the girls gave their all. First of all, differently as in probably we gave away a bit of too many runs after the 12th over. So I think we could have controlled that. But I think what I'm happy about is that the girls have given their full effort, and that's what matters. We didn't have a good start against Bahrain yesterday. So our main plan was to just go out and just give it our best. And I think today the way we got Nepal under control, knowing that they're a very quality side, I think very proud of the way we had a start. And I think we could have done better. I think we gave away around 20 to 30 runs extra. Had we not given that, we would have won the game today. So nothing different. I mean, I think just probably just putting in a bit more effort and those fielding areas, just trying to cut off those runs, we would have done better.
Absolutely, Amna. I think you've answered my next 3 or 4 questions as well. So I'm going to let you go. Thank you so much and best of luck for the next of the tournament.